Ahsoka changes outfits. It gets ridiculously dusty, and sea whales go light speed. The episode I didn't know I wanted that I got. Pop Tot, what'd you think of the 5th episode?
This is a huge episode to unpack, and it's got a lot to talk about. The Anakin, Ahsoka stuff, and anybody that knows me, including Todd himself, knows I hate dream sequences. But this worked because it was more than that. It's, it's kind of like that spirit world that Jedi seem to be in between.
Actually, what happened?
You lost a fight.
Anakin's Force Ghost trying to teach her his last lesson.
You lack conviction.
I was really kind of choked up by it because we got to see little Ahsoka.
It was my fault. They were following my orders. I got them killed.
Fighting her first battle with him. We got to see clone troopers. I was so stupid giddy. And I'm going to say this, and you can hate me in the comments, but both actresses played Ahsoka better than Rosario's doing. But Rosario's playing a more subdued. I get it. But those little actresses that were playing her, they did a really good job. And their fighting skills were on par.
I also think Hayden did outstanding.
He did.
This is war, Ahsoka. As Jedi, it's our job to lead. That doesn't mean we don't make mistakes.
He got a lot of flack for the prequel trilogy and came off, kind of wooden and stuff and a little flat.
Me? A master? No, it's because I'm so in love with you.
I thought he did really good, and the de-aging again, next level. It's unbelievable.
It was really good.
So good.
But you're more than that. Because I'm more than that.
What was really kind of cool for me was not only Anakin, but they would consistently have these like little lightning flashes, and you would see Vader. When he actually fought her as the human Darth Vader without suit, and his eyes were all red, and he had the red lightsaber.
The imagery was really good. I think because Filoni directed and wrote this episode, Filoni has interesting strengths. I like when it gets to, he's very much like Lucas. When it gets to the war of Star Wars, he does a really good job. I still think this episode especially has issues with pacing.
I respectfully disagree.
Where there's scenes that go on about 10 seconds too long. This episode was like 51 minutes long, and the first half was really compelling, and then it kind of, I don't want to say got boring, but there just wasn't a whole lot going on in the back half for me. I guess I was kind of confused too, and maybe this is just me as being a total idiot, which is entirely possible. Comments remind me all the time. I'm just not really sure what the lesson was that Anakin was teaching Ahsoka.
Thank you.
Tell me what's going on.
I'm here to finish your training.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring Ahsoka back to the character she was. And there was this, she was a Padawan and a Jedi Knight during the Clone Wars. She only knew battle.
But now, to win this war, I have to teach you to be a soldier.
Ahsoka's coming to peace with how she came about being a Jedi. That's just my take on it, but I would completely agree with you. I'm like, what was the big message at the end?
Yeah, it was because it was a little muddled, because then I immediately went to, Yoda. Yoda's the whole belief not only in the Force, but in yourself with Luke.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
The whole message here is, do you want to live or die? And I'm sure that there's a whole lot more that maybe I'm missing that I'd probably get on a rewatch.
What's the lesson, Master?
Live. Or die.
But I'm like, Ahsoka wasn't actively trying to do the Batman, the Dark Knight Rises thing where she was trying to die because she didn't have something to live for.
You're afraid that if I go back out there, I'll fail. I'm afraid that you want to.
She was trying to stop Baylan. They kind of had this because she didn't really have a line that she was more teetering to the dark. But I don't feel like that ever came really across. And so I was like, even though I really highly enjoy the member berries, the really good performance by Hayden and all that, I'm like, the message was kind of muddled to me.
When Obi-Wan taught me, we were keepers of the peace. But now, to win this war, I have to teach you to be a soldier.
You know, of course, the subplot in the background is Hera having to deal with, she's in trouble now, and she's trying to keep the fleet from coming to get her because she broke rank, and Mon Mothma basically tells her, look, you're going to lose being a general kind of thing.
Hera, the Senate Oversight Committee is going to determine if your command should be permanently suspended.
I'm not a big fan of the Hera plot. I like Hera. I like seeing Jason too. I'm just very confused because the politics is very mishandled. It's really stupid, and they're still doing we don't have a whole lot to go off of. And it's like, well, you have, they went with a couple of X-Wings and stuff like that. Those are now missing. And then you have accomplished fighter pilots, including Syndulla, and they're just like, we need actual evidence still.
Do you have evidence of Imperial Remnant activity or of Grand Admiral Thrawn's return?
No.
What are we doing here, guys? What is happening? Why are we doing this? And again, I said it in the past video. I'm sure they're doing that because the Empire does come back.
Stop your crying. Stop it.
Like you said, it was nostalgic. It was great. There was really a lot to it.
Yeah. Overall, what would you rate this episode of Ahsoka?
I would give it a B+, almost A-. I'm kind of in the swing, but yeah, it's definitely in that range.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a B+ as well. I think there's a lot of elements I like here. I think Filoni's strong suit is much like Lucas, that he pulls you to the lore and all that, but he has issues with pacing and scene direction, and sometimes scenes kind of feel pointless or they don't really have an aim. But the whole Clone Wars flashback stuff was excellent. It made me want it. I think he did a really good job of bringing out a pretty good performance out of Hayden Christensen.
What if I want to stop fighting?
Then you'll die.
And obviously the younger actress that played Ahsoka was excellent. Overall, I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely curious to see where they go from here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you climb into a whale's mouth and let it go to hyperspace. Who knows where it's going to take you?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not well, I guess Ahsoka even said it wasn't, an accurate thing. And I'm like, that's definitely a risk to take, I guess.
No, I mean, I of course we didn't have Balin. That's a mark. But we were not going to see that until everybody comes together, where they ended up, or how if they showed up right in front of Thrawn's ship.
That doesn't bother you?
Of course it does.
Dream sequences aside, this was really good. I loved seeing it. It just right at the last third for me, it just kind of got muddled. Yeah. Like they were trying to stretch out to a certain. Like Filoni had you need to make this 50 minutes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. But be sure to let us know in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys enjoy seeing the flashback? Do you want to maybe see a live action Clone Wars? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you guys on the next one.